Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Today's Money Masters. I'm your host, Jean-Paul Menu. The Today's Money Masters competition comprises 3 professional investors and a novice, each provided with $500,000 to invest. The participants will invest in stocks, bonds, and collective investment schemes. They will share their strategies over a 1-year period. At the end of the period, the top portfolio manager will be declared. So let's continue with the masters on this very exciting journey. Welcome back. On today's program, we are joined by Timar Jackson. He's one of our professionals, and he's from NCB Capital Markets Limited. Good afternoon, Timar. How are you?
Hi, good afternoon, JP. I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Good, good. It's nice to have you. Nice to see you. We were winding down the competition tomorrow, and we noticed that most of the stocks in your portfolio are higher priced stocks. Is it that you don't subscribe to the penny stock theory? Why or why not?
Well, the simple answer, JP, is that I don't really focus on stocks based on the per unit price. For me, what I focus on is finding really good stocks, picking really good stocks with strong fundamentals that I expect the price will catch up on later on, right? So that is my primary focus. Penny stocks, as you know, are stocks that trade very close to $1, right? Either below or very close. So the price is on the face of it very, small, but what you find tend to happen, with that sort of approach, trading on penny stocks. So you're kind of looking at a small price. If there's an increase, an incremental increase in the price, then that should be translated to a nice sort of return. But I'm not a speculator. And neither am I a day trader. I don't sit in front of a screen and try to see, okay, has this price gone up, has it gone down kind of thing. My approach is to look at the fundamentals, assess, the historical financials, assess the company's strategy, the management effectiveness, and so on. And I come to a decision as to what stocks I believe should perform well over a certain period of time. Penny stocks tend to be very risky and very speculative, right? If you gain 2 cents on a dollar, that is 20%. Yes, but if you lose 2 cents on a dollar, it's a 20% loss, right? Some of these stocks, they don't trade very often. The queue for them is very shallow. Not a lot of people are buying and selling them. And I might buy in today and say I want to get out. I might not be able to even buy the volumes that I want, just because they don't tend to trade a lot. But if I buy in at a certain volume and I want to get out at a certain volume and price, I might have difficulty, finding willing buyers for my stock. So these are some of the things that I consider. And that's one of the things as well. The latter is one of the things as well that makes penny stocks a risky play for me. And I'm not about speculating, As much as I'm a risk taker and I am about getting the returns, I assess my situation and I look at it and I say, well, I don't have the time to sit in front of a screen all day checking on my stocks. I want to sort of set it and forget it. I want to choose good stocks that I believe will perform over time and stick to those.
Okay, and so your strategy is higher priced stocks as we come down to the end of the competition.
Not necessarily higher price stocks. So wherever the prices fall, that's not really my concern. My major concern is that the stock has the company that I'm investing in has good fundamentals, and I expect them to show strong growth. I believe that the market, over time, over a longer period of time, is rational. And as such, over time, the prices will catch up with the fundamentals.
Okay. All right. Notwithstanding a 21% increase in net profits, do you have any expectations for Lasco distributors in this, so-called post-COVID-19 environment, Timar? And how high do you see the Lasco stocks going in the next couple of weeks?
So I chose Lasco. Again, I'm sticking with my principle of companies that have good fundamentals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Initially, if you looked at my portfolio, initially in the competition, you'd have seen a lot of financial stocks because at that time, and given what we knew at that time, financial stocks were set for a really good takeoff,
Sure.
you know. However, COVID-19 came in, and as one of my competitors said, it bucks the food out of our mouth, right? And so we had to recalibrate quickly. And so my strategy has been to look at stocks that, sort of operate in sectors that are expected to either benefit or not be affected as much by COVID-19, right? And what you will find, if you look at my portfolio, is that there's a heavy concentration on manufacturing, and in particular, manufacturers and distributors of consumer staples, and Lasco is one of those companies. The Lasco group of companies has manufacturing, and I'm more focusing on the distribution arm because I do expect those products to move fast, right? Lasco has also taken on a strategy. That's a distribution arm. They've taken on a strategy of creating care packages. Persons who are so desirous of probably sharing some love, showing people that are not as fortunate that they care. Sorry, yeah, showing people that are not as fortunate that I care. Can arrange with Lasco to create these care packages and distribute them in large volumes, and that's a strategy to distribute the products as well. So as a company, I think they should do well. COVID is keeping, but pots still around, right? And a lot of Lasco's products are products that people like. They're at the cheaper end of the pricing spectrum. And I expect those products to move during this time. In addition to that, when I looked at Lasco's price, you know, I I've sort of seen where, over the last 52 weeks, it would have traded as high as about $4. When I bought in on Lasco, was trading in the 280, the $2.80 region. So, just looking at, where the company is, how it's expected to benefit from the current crisis, and also the fact that it's in a segment that is fairly attractive at this time. I am looking at, where the price could possibly revert to the $4 mark. I sort of took the decision to go back into Lasco. So all of those things came into play. I haven't done a formal valuation on the company, but when I looked at the PE as well, it is fairly low relative to the market. So I feel fairly good about that decision.
Okay. And do you expect any more of an increase for them, or you don't want to speculate on that?
I mean, I wouldn't have bought into the stock if I didn't expect it to increase. So yes, I do expect that it will be one of the strong performers over this period.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you're in it to win it, Timar.
I mean, we're all here to win it. Whether our strategies work out, we'll see that at the end. But a key thing, I've learned from all of this is that, once we're all in this competition to win it.
Sure.
And whether or not, our strategy was good or good enough, so to speak. And as such, I feel comfortable sitting back and watching what decision the market will make about those choices.
All right, good. Well, we're going to have to leave it there, Timar. Still having a little bit of technical difficulties, and I don't want to ask you to repeat yourself again, but I think we get the gist of it. You're in it to win it, just like the other gentlemen in the competition. And of course, we wish you all the best as we come to the end here soon. Okay.
All right. Thanks, JP.
All right, that was Timar Jackson giving us his financial thoughts. And he, of course, again, is from NCB Capital Markets. Join us next week, same time, for another exciting episode of the Masters Competition. Follow the pros and the one novice each week on the Masters Competition. Listen and analyze the strategies with the Masters on Radio Jamaica Thursdays at 8:45 a.m. The Masters Competition is a product of Today's Money Incorporated, brought to you in partnership with NCB Capital Markets Limited, Money Masters Limited, Credit Union Fund Management Company Limited, and Proven Wealth. I'm Jean-Paul Manu. The Masters is another fine product from Today's Money Limited.